Welcome back, everybody. This is Brother Mutant here. Today we're going to continue our quest to beat Pathfinder Kingmaker. Now we are using Dorraj, our main Sword Saint. He is a strength-based build, so not a typical Sword Saint build, and he's not even using the highest crit weapon that you can get in the game. So, again, not typical, but still a solid choice in my opinion. He has two mercenaries that we have specifically made to be part of his Triumvirate. One is an Inquisitor who is a monster tactician, and then the other is a custom-made build that is, needs a mod to actually do this properly. We need it so we can make our character undead. So the third character is an undead Eldritch Scoundrel that's doing some sneak attack love for us. The way to do that is to get Eldritch Arcana, a mod that you can get on the Nexus. So go to Google, type in Nexus and Pathfinder Kingmaker or Pathfinder, and you'll actually just find a crap ton of mods. This is just a few of the ones that I'm using currently. Eldritch Arcana gives us a few spells that you don't have access to, a few feats that you don't have access to, as well as the traits. And the traits were what was important, because that gave us not only a bunch of different stuff, but that also gave us the ability to actually make an undead character with an undead curse. Very cool. If you're interested in that, I want to say it's video 2 or video 3. That'll show you how to do that. So again, feel free to go back in time and find that video. Other stuff that you'll see that's different for me than you in the vanilla version is the turn-based combat. Definite boon here in my opinion, because it allows us, while it takes a lot longer to complete a mission, it's easier to control the fight. And again, more in line with pen and paper, so I like it. There's other stuff that we use, of course, which is more quality of life improvements than anything else. But let's actually get back to the game, shall we? Now, I don't know if I've done anything since then. No, we're still here. Okay, good. So we're getting ready to squelch, stop, one of those words, a rebellion that's happening in Varnhold. Thanks to the militia that we just made, they've decided, well, they're cooler than us now, and they can kick our ass, and that's not going to happen. So we're going to go there and basically split this down. And this should also give us the ability reasonably soon to actually beat not only these guys back in a submission, but also to give us the ability to get our leather worker into full swing. They're artisan that actually comes from this territory. They make us boots, belts, gloves, leather armor, stuff like that. So definitely quality. We want to have them on the payroll. So we are starting to work on their artisan shop, and then from there they should start gifting us with stuff. So now we don't anticipate problems per se. That doesn't mean we're complete idiots. So let's just fire off a bless spell. Definitely want to heal up a little bit, because it looks like the boss hasn't been resting properly.
My skills are getting rusty.
And since I always worry about whether or not we're going to have a skill check, a little heroism to give me another +2 to everything isn't the worst idea ever. Now it should be right over here by the, yeah, here we go. Talking to Turvel here. A fraught scene is playing out before you. Turvel, the captain of the militia, is in a fiery argument with an angry man in heavy armor. Their hands are on the hilts of their weapons, and their eyes are locked. Their stares are so intense they could petrify a lesser warrior. Thank the gods you're here. Rein in these dogs. They're inciting revolt and trying to rile up my militiamen. Ha, see? She sees her master and runs to lick his boots. This land belongs to us, not this bird of passage. We plow these fields and we protect them as well. When the bandits come, we'll be the ones out there shedding blood for our homes, while the big city folk hide in their holes. I say, no more. Turbo, what is happening here? These idiots were just, decided they want to pretend they're independent now. They've all but forgotten the vows they gave you. The fools can't see that if you were to leave Varnhold, the whole region would fall into chaos. The bandits would be back fighting for dominance all over again. The rivers would flow red, but we gave them law and order. And if they decide to give it all up, why, if they'll be such fools, perhaps we should let them have what they think they want. And what will you do? Hang us all, and then what? Send in your soldiers? That's the true face of your grace and mercy. You butcher anyone who speaks out against you, you two-faced bastards. Why hasn't this revolt already been dealt with, Turtle? Forgive me, Your Highness, it's just the half-elf lords of voice. These were our people, Your Highness, our neighbors, farmers, craftsmen. I didn't want to spill even more blood, but I suppose I've failed, haven't I? Call out to the man. You there, what do you want? Oh, what's there to explain? We got ourselves an army here, right? That means we can defend our land on our own now, right? We build these little old huts ourselves, we plow the fields, we fend off the bandits. That means we deserve to rule Varnhold ourselves. We're no more need for strangers. Do you even remember whose gold bought those weapons? Who taught you to fight? Who gathered the militia in the first place? Yeah, no shit, man. What you say is true. You have helped us arm ourselves, and for that, we are thankful. Oh, well, whoop-de-doo. Thanks. That's why we don't want to break away from the kingdom. We just want to rule our own homes. What gives you the idea that you living in the capital know better than us what Varnhold really needs? Trust me, you'll only thank us once you set us free. Yeah, somehow I think that's bullshit. Turville, take care of your people right now. I will support you. Yes, Your Highness. Now we'll put these upstarts in their place. You wish. You hear that, folks? They want us to run home with our tails between our legs. What do you think? We fighting for our land or what? Time to kick his ass. Alright, Juba lost. You know what? Really closes everybody. Big ash down to the face. Oh no. Oh, we're taking damage. Whatever shall I do? Eliza. You know, it also is super fun when you come up here like this and set like all 4 of these dudes on fire. Oh, they don't like that.
Strike as one.
Get up in their face to stop them from even getting near the guard. Dio, you know what's even better than that? When you just straight up shoot these dudes. 5-foot stutter step this way. Let's work our way front to back. Oh yeah. Oh, there it is. Oh. Oh yeah. You don't like it. Oh, Ken. No, me? What the hell, man? Dorraj's turn, I guess. Oh, fine. I guess we'll kill him. Or not. What the? Oh, critical miss. I'll say, excuse me? Bow. Do what I couldn't, buddy. Eat this guy's face off. Thanks, bro. Love you. Guard. He's flanked. You know what that means? 5-foot stutter step. Alright, so now for her, we can sneak attack this fool, I think, at this point. First, let's do the trick. Because that's never gonna not be fun. Oh, come on with that critical miss crap, man. Alright, you know what, screw you. It is time for a snowball to the buttocks. Oh, sneak attack. Wow. We have to rely on Tristan. Oh my god. What are we come to at this point? He's dead. Turville thanks you. Gives you a tired look, but there's an ingratiating tone to her voice. Please, Your Highness, do not execute these fools. Yes, they have overstepped their bounds, but this was simply folly, nothing more. I implore you, have mercy on the guilty and do not disband the militia altogether. Lawful good. Place them under house arrest until they come to their senses. As for the militia, I'll give you one more chance. And the ones that we turned into pudding, tell their families that they died in combat training. I don't know. 180. Alright. Turville smiles, her face beaming with gratitude. Thank you. You have my word. This will not happen again. We won't let you down. Listen up. You owe away with you. Back to your home, everyone. Yeah, the ones that can get back up. Kicked their ass. Pretty easy. Pretty nice fight. Jesus, we killed 2 just outright. Whoopsies. My bad. It's totally my bad. Peasant woman says, how can I help you? Clean up this mess. Let's see, these guys are good. I think we're really done here. Let's do a quick check on our quests. See where we be at. Twice more. We're crushing it right now. We're still waiting for the these stone lands to open up again. Nothing in companion quests anymore. We've got all those caught up currently. That's nice. We got the annexation. Need to get more territory. Increase our stats. Varnhold militia. Give the Varnhold militia a second chance. The rabble rousers were taught a lesson, but will it do them any good? If there's another revolt, then the militia should be disbanded and the whole lot of silly idea put back on the shelf. But if they prove themselves worthy when the critical moment arises, it might just show that all our efforts were not in vain. I hope so. And it looks like we've got all our errands caught. So now it's traveling time, guys. So we have what I'm looking for. I'm looking to drop off stuff to the merchant for one. Keeping that thing. Do we have anything that I need to check out of here? I don't think so. And keep the ring and keep the cloak. I'm keeping that for the time being though. Just to get us a little more money. And we're at 700 thou. Remember, we're trying to save up for pit tax, which is just around the corner here. So, as far as mission-wise is concerned. So we really want to make sure that we have as close to a mill as we can. I've always said 600,000 bare bones minimum. $1 million would be great. 2 million would be better. I know I sound like a capitalist, don't I? But there's some really quality gear that we get there. And one of the things that we're buying without fail is going to be a ring called the Ring of Circumstance, or Circumstances, something like that. It's amazing. You can buff 4 different abilities or stats, just in general, of stuff. And I want to teleport just back to here for the time being. Go. Okay. And enter. Sorry. I need to go to the throne and check something out. But the stats that I was talking about. So you can buff any of your 6 stats, your 3 physical, your 3 mental, 4 that you can pick, plus 2. And it's a circumstantial bonus, which means, or circumstance bonus, which means it can stack with the belts of physical perfection or the hat of physical or mental perfection. So again, all those enhancements, spells, like Eagle Splendor, Cat's Grace, all that stuff would stack with the ring, which is why you want it. Because again, even though it's only like a plus 2, it's higher than what you had before, right? This is how you can get stats that are literally like, oh, I can get you a plus 8 to it. Well, I can actually get you a plus 10. I can actually get you a plus 12 if Bach never shows up and gives me my goddamn potion. And again, solid upgrades then for your main tune. The ring not only can buff your physical and or mental stats, again, you can pick 4 a day. Just turn it on as a toggle. But of those, we're not going to buff 4 different things. There's no, no 4 different physical or mental attributes. There's no reason. Our main character is strength-based, so we'll buff strength. Our main character is intelligence-based, so we'll buff intelligence. So those are 2 things right there. Now, if I wanted a little more dex, I suppose you can make the argument, hey, more dex is more armor. So again, not a terrible idea. This is why on a dex-based build, the ring is amazing, because you can buff dex and intelligence, or dex and charisma, or whatever dex and whatever other stat you cast with, right? So really, really cool. But the other point is there's other things that you can buff with the ring that aren't physical or mental abilities. You can give yourself a +1 circumstantial bonus just to armor class. Period. Poof. Screw you. I just have more armor. I can give myself a +1 to the DC checks of all my spells. Poof. There you go. No problem there. You can give myself more damage. I can give myself a better saving throws. Again, there's a variety of stuff that comes with that ring. 4 things you can activate at any given time, and that's it. So just be clear on that. But it's an amazing, amazing ring to just push your character just a teeny tiniest bit up and over the top when it comes to stuff like DC checks, armor, damage, all that fun jazz. Now, we are going to go here. Oh, and actually, you know what? Before we do this, I wanted to show you something. Bag of Tricks. Items and equipment. I didn't show it in the other video, and I didn't realize it until after the video was recorded and everything. I said I'd do it, and I totally forgot. So there is there's a weapon. Overbane. There it is. Overbane. This is the one that we could have gotten from the fake Armag. Remember, if you kill him off, you can get the weapon. That's why I say it's good, but it's also bad. So this is literally what it is. Enemy of all enemies. The Overbane. The soul within the Overbane can manipulate reality around its wielder, allowing them to cast a small assortment of spells from abjuration and transmutation schools. I did not see that when I used it, so maybe there's something that I'm missing. Each round in combat, the wielder of Overbane risks falling under its influence and losing control over their actions. Each round, the wielder must succeed at a will saving throw, DC 23. So obviously made for someone with a very high will save. Cleric, maybe a paladin. Paladin could crush it and pretty much guarantee that they never have a problem. And again, or begin attacking the closest target. You can see the problem here. Each round afterwards, the wielder can make another saving throw to regain control. For every successful saving throw against its influence, the DC of the subsequent saving throw is increased by 1 until the end of the combat. Not for prolonged fights, as you can imagine. The Sacred Sword of Gorham used to imprison the soul of Armagh, one of the greatest warriors in history. It has the blessing of the god of war. Yes, but anyone who would take it in their hands must remain vigilant. For the faint of heart, this blessing can easily become a curse. Overbane is an object of dispute between Pharasma and Gorham, a symbol of the eerie, short-lived triumph of the god of war over the goddess of death. Not wishing to give his champion Armagh over to Pharasma and the great river of souls, Gorham infused Armagh's soul into the sword, and for 1,000 years it waited for the time when it could return to the chaos of mortal battles for which it was born. And again, it's a solid item. It doesn't show us the actual stats on this. Kind of disappointing. I was kind of hoping it would tell us what it actually does. And I could gift it to myself and not use it, obviously, but that just lends itself to abuse, so I'm just not going to. But that's the weapon. And again, it is pretty solid. And in fact, while we're here, Ring of Circumstances is in here too. This is the one you're going to buy in Pit Hex. Here you go. Strength, Dex, Con, Intelligence, Wisdom, Charisma. +1 to saving throws, +1 to weapon damage, +2 to all skill checks. That's pretty awesome. 5-foot movement increase, which I could care less about, but hey, man, sometimes that's necessary. Moving that tiny bit forward gets you ahead of everyone else on the battlefield, and if you're the main one, then that's pretty baller. And again, it gives you a chance to run away from bad guys too. So if we're running at a 35 and they're running at a 30, who's going to win this competition? Clearly you. Bonus to armor, a bonus to DC checks of all spells and usable abilities. I forgot about that part. But again, you can only activate 4 in any given day. Now I don't know if you can switch and swap on a moment's notice. I've never really tested that. I usually just set it for the 4, kind of set it and forget it. But again, a great one for me because I do things like Dex and Charisma on a Dex-based build for, say, an Eldritch Scion. High Charisma that way, more spells, better DC checks, higher Dex. That's usually better chance for me to swing, better armor, maybe. Depends on what kind of armor I'm wearing. Remember, you can wear armor as a Magus. And then I usually, for the last 2, I do something like DC checks. And then the circumstantial bonus to AC, because that will stack with all the other different types of AC out there, because I think this is the only way to get circumstantial bonus to AC. It's kind of trippy. And again, these are things that should be universal as far as touch armor class. So again, Dex useful, armor class useful, Charisma useful, and if you, God forbid, ever did like a Scale Fist Monk dip in 19 levels of Eldritch Scion, just so you can get that extra armor being butt-ass naked because you're using your Charisma, you just upped your Charisma. So again, more Charisma, more armor, again, more spells. Amazing upgrade for you to have this ring. You can see the appeal. And it's gonna be pricey, man. This is what it sells for. Remember, selling is always like a fourth, I want to say, of what it actually costs. So that's damn near a $400,000 ring, guys. Just saying. Now we wanted to go here just to remind myself, it's been since yesterday, I want to remind myself how many days we have to travel. Remember, we have to stay within our kingdom. If we're not in our kingdom, then we got to be careful that we're making these DC checks. So we have 7 days and 5 days with shield straight up past that one. Line of border control. Cool. All right, we're doing good. And that'll put us at 7 days, so that'll put us at about the 25th. All right. So again, I can typically, like I like to do with stuff like this, I'll do a hard save, and I will say 7 days. Literally in the title. Why? Because if I ever get to the point where it's like, well, how many days do I have before something happens? 7 days. I can see it. Do I need to drop off anything while I'm thinking about this? I don't think so. Oh, and I did look up some stuff here. Let's see, what do we have? Ancient Kelid. So I have the clothing bag, potsherd, sword shard, got that, okay, and the adornment piece, must be that one there. I am missing rope. This is weird as it sounds. I'm missing the ancient Kelid rope, and that's found at the desecrated cairn. So let's see if we can find that today. That'll give us that piece. And let's finish off that story arc. Probably somewhere in the Dire Gnarl Marches is my guess. And again, just as a quick reminder to ourselves, I want to make sure that we have our food supply and we're on the open road. Alright, now who are we taking with us is the real question here. Now, I mean, I have the dream team right now, so I'm pretty happy with these guys, but I don't have to. I mean, we can mix and match some stuff up. I mean, I still like having these guys, and now her chance to finally become melee is pretty solid. I think Tristan's probably the solid choice, though, for healing. No offense to Harem, but we already have frontliners. We don't need another one. And he's decent enough with his spells now that we can blast with a few things and buff up with them. I do like Ekin, and I do like Jubilas, as you know. Of these two, Juby would be the one that I'd have to take with me, in my opinion. The only other ones that ranged, not counting the sisters, who I can't stand, would honestly be her or the Bard, Lindsay. Yes, he can do range at a pinch, but he's not really built for it right now, and he is strength-based, so you'd probably want him up front to beating the shit out of stuff, which, why wouldn't he? But he can range, short-term anyway. But consistently, these would be your guys. And again, sneak attack damage, extremely potent, as you know. Plenty of times, though, where they're going to be not sneak attack, a bull. That's a total word. I made it up myself. But Ekin then solves that problem. See what I'm saying? So we really do have, in my opinion, the dream team. Not that we can't switch and swap. I mean, there's plenty of other people, like Knock Knock is amazing for frontlining it, but then I lose one of my frontliners. Or I switch my Eldritch Scoundrel back to being a ranged attacker, which she's good at. So it's not that that's impossible. Let's see, where did I say we needed to go? The Desecrated Cairn, does that show up anywhere over here? So far, no. And remember, Glendabon is our territory. The problem is that we're close to Pitax. So again, I just want to make sure we're not stepping into that territory and not being able to talk to our people at a moment's notice, or stepping into the Darnar Marches, which are not our territory yet. But it looks like we haven't found the Desecrated Cairn. Huh. It's a little weird. Swamp Ruins, we definitely want to hit up on that stuff. Alright, anyway, where are we going to start first? Well, in 7 days, we can accomplish quite a bit. So, obviously, being in our territory is key, but we have plenty of early days where we don't have to worry about stuff, so we could be in the Darnar Marches at the beginning. So let's go to Swamp Ruins. We're going to hop over. Is this the closest? Probably, yeah. So we're going to Tatzelford. Okay. And we're doing that again so that we can literally come here in our early parts of the 7 days. Because again, we're going to blank this out here. There it goes in a second. So might as well get this stuff done with, and we'll get a little exploration done in the Darnar Marches in the process. Alright, quick save, so we have no idea what we're going into here. Not that I'm worried, it's just if it's like something weird, you know, like a illustrated book interaction, you know, maybe I'll come back with a different team or something. Probably not, though. Our team is actually pretty solid. With our 3 core characters, me and my 2 Triumvirate buddies, we've gone out of our way to specifically counter or cover, if you will, all the skills. I mean, you can see the ones that I'm really good at. Top 4 here are solid, and I'm good at perception and trickery. Then she's good at the lores that I'm not. She's also good at these as well, and her perception's amazing compared to mine. Then she's great again at these ones that I'm good at as well, and all the ones that we're not good at. So mobility, again perception, again stealth, or sorry, now also stealth, and again trickery, just like me. So the only thing that could possibly encroach on us would be use magic device. So we got an 18, a 13, and a 15. And I've never, ever in the wild seen a UMD check. It's always, can you use this scroll, can you use this wand, can you use this magical whatever. It is never a, you know, to clear the rubble, click the use magic device option. So again, we have by and large things covered.
I was successful in my search.
Sure did. And another rune covered ancient leather scrappy thingy. I can see why we didn't have all those.
Will not hold back.
Hey, ferocious devourer. We fought this like a dozen times now. Okay, maybe only twice. Point is, though, it's not going to be a concern. First off, I want the Kite out. Thank you, Kite. And then, oh, what can we do just to piss this guy off? Well, this is a surprise round. See that? So he's not even on the list. So we're going to mug this bastard with, like, pets. Which means might as well blow the shit out of the bastard with stuff that's teaming not friendly now. Eliza. She's just going to straight up summon. Do this one. Always fun. These guys are tougher than the other ones, and they're sword swinging bastards to begin with. And just move up front, just in case. Now, I don't know that he has to fight these guys. It's always possible that he could just make a beeline for one of your characters, so don't just assume that he's trapped there. But having said that, he's pretty much screwed, I think. Again, he's on his ultrasound arrows.
Cannot hide from me.
Nice shot, buddy. Christians. And what we're going to do, since he's got his kick-ass staff, we're just going to straight up 5-foot stutter, step closer, and put the skeleton army up here as well. And now everyone else will just surround the bastard and shoot him from range with spells and other stuff. Now, I can't remember if this guy's considered undead. We'll check it here in just a moment. But I'm fairly certain that this worked beautifully on him last time. Okay, that's not going to reach though, so we're going to start shooting once.
Clever ploy.
Oop. Proto. Can you hit him? Yes, you can. Want to check again to see if he's undead. He is undead barbarian. Okay, so we can do this, but he's not going to get sneak attack. So that's a thing. But let's just do our trick anyway, because screw this guy. And it gives us some information. First, he has spell resistance. Oof. And then touch armor 15. Easy peasy. Got deflection. He's got a ring on. I want the ring. Let's hit him with a snowball in the face. See if that does anything. Yeah, it does damage. I'm going to go over here. I really need to start making myself a list that includes at least 1 or 2 spells that are single target at range, so that I can contribute a little more to these fights. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to buff up with this overland flight. Because it's lasts me a long time. And even if we take me, I'll probably have that buff still on me. Because it's going to last for a day and 8 hours. So I'll do that, call it good. Eliza, she can straight up hurt the guy with... Oh, I'm grabbing that. But she can do the bombs. Her runes, excuse me, not bombs. And that's pretty solid. Ekandio, he's just going to straight up shoot him in the face a lot.
Nowhere to run. They've just
Oh,
been
yeah.
exposed.
Come on, get him. Oh, man. You were doing so good there, Ekin. Well, you know, it's okay. Trisha's here to save the day. He has... might as well boss us. Hey, do everybody. Everybody's happy. Even with the +3 on him, thanks to his staff that he's carrying, these guys are swinging like pansies. Oakbow, come over here. Oh man, he's tearing him up. Alright, Jubilos's turn, 5-foot stutter step should solve this problem now. Yeah, he can. Get him, Jimmy. Oh wow, that was just one hit and dead. 126 damage though, man. Look at that. A critical hit him. Nice. And he's vulnerable to it, of course, so he took 50% more damage. Jimmy,
Yes?
you're just mean.
I'm listening.
Okay, then heal. Save that. Alright, anything in here besides the dead body? We had all kinds of shit. Hell, you even had another scrap on it.
Follow if you
What?
dare.
Doing good on those. Finally getting around to make that thing. Not that I particularly care for that armor. I just like being a completionist. Getting as many of those things done as possible makes me happy. Okay, how the hell we get out of here? Oh, there we go. Again, just as a quick, what did we pick up? Another scrap, resistance +2, +3 natural armor. That might be useful. +3, 3. Nope, not on us, but it'll be useful for someone back in base. And a giant strength, nice, and a ring +2, nice. So again, there's 2 more of those things under our belt, so to speak. Happy with that. Let's bounce a quick check on the map to make sure we don't take something. Oh, that looks like we're forgetting something. But just the way this collapsed room looks, is that what that is? It really does look like there's a door.
I do
Yeah, it's
what
just
I
stuff that's
must.
fallen. So this is kind of like our little rando encounter. Kind of walk into it thinking that everything's going to be fine because, oh, it's a tiny room, and then it's like this giant-ass monster. But we're so far above this level now that this is less than scary. If you were, I don't know, what, 2 or 3 levels lower than where we are right now, I could see it being kind of nerve-wracking. But with pets, again, as long as he doesn't off the pets like instantaneously or something that comes right for your throat, no, pets really trivialize a lot of fights. Okay. Alright, quick save before we hit Pike Stretch up. Yeah, this is that book one. While trying to cross a small river, there were tons... Get out of the way. Tons of them in those parts. We met an old man that would be considered suspicious even by local standards. He had a gray beard and his straw hat sat above a head of coarse, dirty, tousled hair. The man was skillfully guiding a small raft along the river with a long pole, and a fat water rat sat near his bare feet. Noticing us, the old man approached the shore and hailed us in a local dialect, so strange we could barely understand him. Good folk, where you heading? Fleeing something or looking for something? You're looking. I can see it in your eyes. Well, as the saying goes, those what seek will find. I can help you surely if you can pay me the right price. After hearing the old man's colorful speech, we asked the old man who he was. The old man set out a confusing explanation. It was difficult to follow, but we gathered that he wasn't just a river rafter. He was a cleric in service to a minor deity that was almost unknown outside the river kingdoms. Hanspur, the guardian of waterways and river travel. Neither good nor evil, and tricky as the great sullen river itself, this god could safely guide your boat past sandbanks, rapids, and bandit ambushes to your final destination, or drown you in the stillest backwater. Many river travelers raise prayers to him in their hour of need, but few dare worship him openly. Rumor has it that Hanspur is no stranger to human sacrifices, and he takes toll from his followers in the collection of those who've drowned. Let's see how I can help us. Let's have a bet, eh? You're all busy, hasty, trying to catch a living barbarian with a dead name. This is a quest that you should have done to get closer to Armag's tomb. But can you dive? I'll maybe drown you a little in the Father Stellan's waters, let you know the taste of the river. If you can take it, I'll help you in your search. If not, well, that's that, and we never see each other again. The game offered by this cleric was a dangerous one. One of our companions would have to put their life on the line to get help in our search for Armag. We, athletics check, we're going to crush it, accepted the cleric's challenge and chose a diver from among our companions. Me. Success. Dora bravely went to the old man. The cleric wasted no time, grabbing Dora by his hair and plunging him headfirst into the muddy river up to his shoulders. Water plants tickled his face and his ears filled with the whisper of sand rolling along the riverbed. Dora took it in stride, so to speak. His lungs held enough air to hang on for quite a while. A hazy vision suddenly engulfed Dora's mind. He saw himself floating above the stolen lands, seeing the country from a bird's eye view. Another moment, and it seemed as though he would be able to focus his eyes and see Armag's tomb. Dora, athletic check, kept on bearing the challenge. Success again. Paying no mind to the pain in his chest or the blood rushing through his ears, Dora concentrated on the vision, trying his best to put it together, to focus on the Mad Chief Thane's elusive tomb. Just as he thought he would surely drown, the picture finally emerged, and when it did, everyone else saw what Dora was seeing. The wide and hilly Glenabon uplands, strewn with stones and carved up by small rivers. In the central part north of Flintrock grassland, a barely noticeable rock held an entrance like a gaping mouth that led underground. Some grim barbarians sat near the entrance as though waiting for something. This had to be Armag's tomb. We'd finally located it. If we swept through the area, we couldn't miss it. At least, that was our hope. The old man let his victim go. Dora pulled his head from the water as quickly as possible, gasping for air. The cleric grinned, took his pole, and pushed off from the bank. He waved to us with his tanned, crooked palm as he disappeared from our sight. 1440 XP. Boom! That's another way to basically unlock the ability to get that, I guess. I don't know if that just pops up then at that point, or if, again, it just gives you a better chance at your perception check, but what else. But now we're here at the fossil fields. Let's kind of cruise on down here. Yeah, this is where we get pushed back. Yeah, just wanted to see where the edge was for Pitax. Remember, we're not welcome in Pitax.
Would be welcome.
You are fine. Crybaby. We should actually hit quite a few different territories today, so it's going to be a nice day. Nice solid day for X-venturing. Giving me some monies, getting us ready for Pitax, getting us some more XP. Which, by the way, we should probably get an eyeball on who's going to pop next for level up. I'm a ways away. She's a ways away. So is she. Second. Tristan looked like he's about ready to pop. And Jubilos just did recently. So it's going to be a level 14 Tristan before too long. Cool beans. Alright, from here, we definitely want to buff up. How big is our map? Decent size. Not enough that I'd probably waste every spell, but we are already starting to get tired. So just a little bit of protection just to make sure that we're not going to get ganked right off the bat. And again, you notice we are in our territory because immunity to poison.
What's new?
Need a potion today. Make yourself awesome. Give yourself a shield spell. And move fast. And abort. Do the same for all the love he can get. He has a strength con belt, weirdly. So now he has some dexterity with casting. Alright, let's give you this one.
We should move.
Alright, I feel good about that.
A rest would be welcome.
You're fine. We have
In due time.
I shall end this suffering.
Sorcerer Medusa. I haven't seen one of those.
I aim
Probably
true.
that's a good thing. Kill it. Morning. Oh my. Took her down by half. But man. What a monster. Alright, I want to do some weapon upgrade. Can I charge this fool? No. But I can run fast.
This will hurt.
Eliza.
We shall overcome.
Nice. Whoa. Concentration check, you cast a spell. This man's hit her for an attack of opportunity for 43 damage. Cast True Strike. Huh. Looks like she's winding up the pitch to actually kick her ass. Oh hell, we just unlocked another one. And oh, disintegrate. Owie. 24d6. Ooh, shiz, man. Oh, so she's level 12. Okay. Remember, disintegrate is 2d6 of damage per caster level. That's why it's such an amazing spell, because it can do 4d6 damage. So that's pretty solid. And again, Trishan failed this check. Obviously, we want to heal. Let's just do that thing. Jubilost and Arthropple, get your ass up here. You need to be in range of her, and I'm thinking force bombs for some
Will
funsies.
they ever learn?
Bye, loser. I'm gonna bomb you from the sky. Proto, on the other hand, has got other things in store for you, like Skeleton Horde, right on your face. That's the name of that tune. And while we're here, we'll sneak attack you with a nice little acid cantrip. Now, we'll just take off one of your damn mirror images. Go to work, dudes. Oh, what the hell just happened there? Oh, the bitch. Oh, hold on a second. I don't know. I have a Stone to Flesh spell. Do I? Slay Living. Stone Fist. Oh no. Oh, that stinks. Really? Petrified. Wait a minute. Wait. That is a... Is that a transmutation? We have a break enchantment. No, we do not. But we may have one. Let's actually finish the fight. If not, we'll have to scum it. It's whatever. But wow, that strip sucked. Hey, Dora. We had some fun. There we go. Liza. Just step over here, kid. Give her some fire. Christian.
Hashani Savitur.
I'm actually surprised that she actually targeted her, though. That's kind of mean.
Cannot hide from me.
Oh, they got Jubilos too. Holy hell, bro. Alright, anyway. I need spell books. Who's got stuff? You have... I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. I never take it. I have it here. So I can rest and get these. Okay? So I can double up on this and get them back. You see that? So that's a thing. And like I said, it's not something I normally do. Oh, might as well loot the bodies, I guess, while we're waiting. Because
I'm
stuff
there.
and things. Flaming composite longbow +1. They were mean. So we clearly need a rest. Before we do that,
Share
though,
your
does
trouble.
Tristan have the ability to do anything remotely useful? Ah, he does. Miracle. Lesser Miracle. You see this? This is a spell that allows us to cast spells at level 6, I want to say, and down. Duplicate any spell at level 6 or lower, and that includes the one that I just done. So what I can do is I can do like this, and... yeah,
Right here, my friend.
go to here, like this, and you do that.
Ronda Gratior.
Now notice what happens here. This is the first chance of me showing you this spell. Notice he has a limited amount of time to use it. Basically 2 rounds is what it's looking like here. Literally every spell level 1 through 6 is listed in here. But it's listed in a weird category. So what you see here is you have conjuration spells, evocation, necromancy, transmutation, enchantment, huge elemental, what else you got? Summon Nature's Ally, Playstorm, and all these ones are probably his normal cleric spells is my guess. Dragonkind 1, Phantasm Petrified, he's getting all kinds of cool shit. So if it doesn't fall in the category, I'm guessing is what that is. Also we have Acid Fog, Cure Mass, Heal. We have Treatment, Blade Barrier, Blasphemy, Brilliant Inspiration, Chain Lightning, Cold Light Strike, Dictum, Elemental Assessor, Hellfire Ray, Holy Word, this is very cool. Greater Shout, Sirocco, Word of Chaos, Greater Shout's actually kind of a funny one. 10d6 damage. Also creatures can be stunned for 1 round. It's got a long cone to it, 60-foot cone. Creature in the area of home, negate the stunning in half the damage, blah blah blah. Not affected by spell resistance, so another wonderful spell. What's this one here? We got Banshee Blast, Circle of Death, Eye Bite, Mass Fester, Harm, Umbral Strike, Undeath to Death, no thank you. Here we go. Cat's Drace, Disintegrate, Wisdom, Stone to Flesh. And he even probably got Flesh to Stone. Legendary Proportions, that's actually a very cool spell. Transformation, Tar Pool. Let's just look at this other one since we have it. Litany of Madness, Old Boy Presence, Primal Regression, I don't even know that one. Waves of Ecstasy, and Euphoric Tranquility. Wild stuff, man, wild. But anyway, let's get back to our Stone Flesh on Jubilost. Alright, get over here, Jimmy. Get your ass over here. Think you're special or something? And the only real reason I did that was because Jubilost also has spells that are potentially life-saving in that same regard. Back to Tristan, though, there was one thing I wanted to see in his spell list. Not only was a Lesser Miracle useful, but we're going to take that back off and put back on. What were we going to put back on? Create Undead. Not only is that spell useful, for obvious reasons, it's solid choice. It's just, I rapidly will get into let's just let a Lesser Miracle all the time. And That's not that big of a deal, but just seeing if there's any other spells out there that we can use to remove this effect. I don't see anything in here about removing what we're talking about. Heal won't do it either, I don't think. Deadly damage, blind, confused, dazed, dazzled, disease, exhausted, fatigue, nausea, poison, sickness, stun. Nope. But there's one called Break Enchantment, and I think I have it on another tune. We just don't have it on this these characters. But Break Enchantment. Oh, he has it here. Break Enchantment. Freezes victims from enchantments, transmutations, and curses. And if I'm not mistaken, Flesh to Stone is a curse or a transmutation, one of the two. So I could have done that one, damn it, and that was the AoE. Crap. Only works on spells 5th level or lower, though. And it may not be a level 5th version. It's probably level 6. So that's okay, then. Alright, so we need to camp. Please. Come on.
Follow if you dare.
Walk this way, guys. Oh, there's not another one of these around here. What the hell were they doing over here? Storing me treasure, that's what.
I'll take care of
And
it.
they're burying somebody.
I do what I must.
It ain't that big of an area at all. But I clearly need a camp, so come on. Little green dot, little green dot, little green dot. Oh, this is gonna suck, man. Oh, well, okay, then I guess we're not doing that.
Rest would be welcome.
Sure would. I think a way that might
My
solve this
skills
problem
are
is if we literally
absolute.
just creep up on just the one. So we'll buff up. Since this is a serious enough fight.
Let
Since
us
this is
not
a serious enough fight, you know, we're going to put up some death ward. I don't know that this will protect us from that sort of thing. I'm fairly certain it won't.
Confide
But
in me.
it's what it is. And we can you know, pull out skeleton
I will
armies
not
and
falter.
pets ahead of time.
Quiet. I'm thinking.
Una adayanam. Lisano danium.
Okay, guys.
In due time.
We'll do it the hard way.
That one over there could be a problem, but I have a way around that. So first, let's do Ekin, 5-foot stutter step closer.
I grant you dead. No strike wasted.
Turn down to nearly half, man. It ain't bad. I said that I had a spell that can solve our problem, and here is the problem solver.
This will hurt. You should have run.
A clever ploy.
His ability to knock down is going to save the day. Oh man, to even kill her outright. And now we just need somebody to brave going over here to opening up these doofus. There she is. We want to try to have everybody, I think, down here opposite the Sirocco, so this thing probably will have no choice but to walk towards it. Like so. Oh, you're gonna stand your happy ass like right there. Tristan, do you have anything that would knock her down or hold her in place? Maybe Vine Trap.
Patricio Turino.
Yeah, she made a reflex saving throw. Boo. She cleared it just barely too. But she had a pretty good chance of doing that. So, Brave Knight, rush on in there, bro. Oh, it's an aura thing. Signature failed. This must be by being close to her. Undead creature. Yeah. That sucks. But what else? Beckon. I need you to sidestep here and I'll kill this thing.
Cannot hide from me. Left yourself exposed.
Not bad, buddy. Not bad. Dora's turn. Can you hit her with a clear desk? Will save. Will saves for her are oof, solid. Alright, back away from that mess. Jubilost, it's all of you, bro. Can you bomb this fool?
Primitives!
Yeah, that's my guy. Eliza. How close to death is this thing? Pretty close.
Tashani Savitur.
What's your fortitude check like? Probably the worst on the list. The Zappy might take it out. Or not. Good Lord, they're still standing. Let's go here. And let's throw. Oh, I don't know if she's not immune to acid. But I'm betting fire works beautifully. Hopefully I'm not setting on my team on fire when I do this. There we go. Alright. I feel like we accomplished something. Good work, team. Let's come over here, steal from this one. Nice, nice. That's such a weird interaction, and I can imagine that. Actually, this is the first time I've ever been caught, I must admit, by the flesh to stone. I have fought Medusa in this game, like here, and I'm sure later, that we haven't seen yet on this playthrough, but we have and other stuff. And I'm fairly certain that I have never had anyone die or be petrified, let's just say it that way. Which is kind of trippy that it actually worked this time. So I'm wondering what I was doing in the past. Either I just had like the highest, I don't know, fortitude check or whatever the hell it is that solves that problem, or what. Basically something happened to protect me from that sort of thing. But while we're waiting for that to disappear, newest to oldest, I have a hearty purple soup, milk fowl, mastodon meat, and purple worm cut. Ew, sounds nasty. Well, we picked up purple worm cut. And a comma +3. That's totally sell material, but again, something that she could use. +2 charisma, +2 protection. The flaming composite longbow. Now that's actually something of value, or would have been early on, but not for the level of fight that we just dealt with. These things are actually pretty nasty, so we would never want to engage something like this, I would think, early on. Not that you couldn't handle it or get around it. It's just with two of them. If you didn't have like a web spell, grease spell, or in my case the Sirocco, something that will contain them to an area, two on you like that could really whoop the party's ass. Remember, on that last fight, that one, we killed one, the other one was able to not only petrify her, but also Jubilost in the same freaking combat round. And that was nuts. So, yeah, we just got more of the same here, I'm sure. Yeah. Yep, more of the same. It's cool.
I'm
That
there.
was definitely a fun fight. And again, we picked up more stuff to sell if we're not going to use it. Where to from here now? Let's see. What we got?
A rest would be welcome.
Yeah, you're not getting no rest. Come this way. Go that way. Let's hit the wicked field, I guess.
Time to search for the spot to rest.
Okay, so we have him, her tired. So we got 3 out of 6 tired. I guess we'll rest. Since you're a bunch of crybabies in need of validation. We'll put me on cooking and Tristan on that and you on that. And you'll notice that we have Jubilos on effective management because that's the one that reduces camping time by an hour. Even though we have 7 days to explore, there's no reason to get crazy here. Might as well have some benefit out of having Jubilos on the party so we can have a really nice, short, condensed resting period. Camp-wise, though, we do have Tristan, and again, we do know Shepherd's Pie is one of his favorites, and we have the ability to make it. Might as well start using up those resources.
I should never have come to the Stolen Lands. No, not like this. I shouldn't have stayed. But now, it's too late to leave.
Aw, don't say that, buddy. We needed you. You killed most of my things. Oop, looks like we have something that's happening back in our kingdom. What happened? Undead Rising. Okay, Reg and Odd. Job will be done in 10. And Reg is done in 11. So, end of the month, baby. We really need to get that. And again, you see the panic or something like this. Again, it's going to be the last thing we freaking do. So hopefully something doesn't pop up that needs Jod's attention as well, because we're kind of screwed at that regard. But it's part of the game. Quick save that though. Get inside here. I want to find that desecrated cairn, damn it. I wonder where that's at.
Due time.
Alright, well first off, we're being kind of stupid here. Wicked Field sounds like it might be wicked, so we should probably buff up. Let's do that.
I'm listening.
Alright.
What's new?
Jubilos, chug your mutagen.
I'm always ready.
As you see, I still have my wings.
Together we stand.
I need to pass her
It's time to act.
her wings.
Our time has come.
Ona Adayanam. Ona Adayanam.
I'm losing my temper.
Minimosi Travisi. Minimosi Travisi. Minimosi Travisi. Minimosi Travisi.
I'm going to save the animal growth spell
Once
for
the girl
now.
told me my eyes light up her
Give
world.
yourself a shield of faith
I
though.
said that the blessing of Sarenrae
Should
will light
give
up her
the
soul.
armor upgrade
She
to her.
seemed
Minimosi
disappointed.
Travisi.
We're still in our territory, so immunity to poison is still a thing. Let's do fear just in case.
Ona Adayana.
So, any brilliant ideas?
Yeah, I want you to have a shield spell.
Adayana.
Finish this retreat
Travisi.
and a blur.
Manishrim Sukino.
Give him cat's grace.
Minimosi Travisi.
Give me cat's grace.
Minimosi Travisi.
Give yourself wings.
Minimosi Travisi.
Give her airwalk.
Minimosi Travisi.
Let's see, Invis
Sono Danion.
and buff up Echo.
Ona Adayana. Inimosi Travisi. Manishrim Sukino.
And give that to
Aborane Sentes.